We are about to venture into the life of a woman who doesn't cease to leave a phenomenal imprint on those that encounter her. Whether it's in person or on your screens, you'll be left with an unforgettable experience and are bound to feel her legacy. She's an actor, writer, model, presenter, singer, producer, blogger, and CEO of JW Accessories, to mention a few. And she wears all these hats with utter ease. A jack of all trades and master of all. It is none other than Jasmine Howson-Wright Ekumah. Let's take you back to the beginning. Jasmine was born in the year of 1993, January 31st, to parents Tunde Howson-Wright and Elizabeth Esana. She's an only child and hails from Lagos and Akwa Ibom State. She descends from the Yoruba and Akwa Ibom tribes. She was a premature baby at 6 months and was nothing short of a miracle. She was raised in a loving family within Lagos State, Nigeria. Sadly, her father passed away when she was merely 8 years old, which led to her and her mother Elizabeth relocating to the city of Abuja, spending 19 years of her life there.
Jasmine came premature. Jasmine came when I was 6 months pregnant, never intending to give birth. I had just finished having a checkup with my Russian doctor, a lady doctor who was also my friend. And baby was fine, mommy was fine, and I was at home. Towards midnight, Jasmine came out. So I actually had to hold Jasmine's head outside my hand, within my hands, when we rushed to the hospital. And Jasmine came out, and her lungs was not fully grown. So we had to incubate Jasmine for the period of 3 months. And that's all I knew. Once Jasmine was in the incubator, I never saw Jasmine until after 10 months, 2 days. They had to bring out my placenta, and it was difficult to bring out. So I went into operation. And through the procedure, I had what is called no more blood, no more water. My blood, my water came all out. I had 0.0 hemoglobin, no water, no blood. So I passed out for 21 days. I was in coma. And when I came back from coma, I had dried out. And I had to stay in the hospital for 7 months. After coming out, after 21 days, coming back from deep coma to receive what you call dietetics treatment to have my flesh come back, because I was bone. And that's how I was in the hospital for 7 months. Meanwhile, Jasmine had been taken home after the period of 3 months. I have lung fully grown, and she was able to they used artificial milk. And she fed, and she never get to breastfeed. So coming to be with her was 7 months after. So I held Jasmine in my hand at 10 months, 2 days.
Jasmine studied at the University of Babcock and majored in international law and diplomacy. She then attained a job in an international French company, Bouygues, where she quickly climbed up the corporate ladder of success. But that all changed when she simply visited a friend in her office.
Jazz came to my office one day usually she comes to the office. And on this particular day, my boss was working on a particular project, but it's not like I was interested in it or anyway, but I knew about it. And Jazz came to the office and he saw Jazz. And I think she had this haircut then, and then he likes like the color, and then he was asking if she acts, and then she was like, yeah, she has dabbled, but like nothing serious. So he said, okay, there's this audition coming up on Saturday that both of us should come along. So it's not something that we really took that serious, but once Jazz started, when she came for the audition and she started speaking, even me, I was surprised. Like the whole room was like silent because she delivered her lines like it was crazy. So that's how she started.
If that karwa of a woman is so precious to you and you want to keep her.
And that's how she landed her first major role in The Sons of Caliphate Season 1, a popular television and online series produced by a renowned production company, Ebony Live TV, which screens nationally and internationally. She played the role of Aiko and quickly realized she seemed to have a knack for this acting thing and thought to pursue it further. She later left her job, not allowing any incentives hold her back from pursuing and achieving her dreams. When she was asked why she made such a decision, she stated, "God told me to."
Jasmine going into acting was not what Jasmine wanted to do in the first place. Jasmine was given, it was a revelation from God. So we already knew that that's what God wanted her to do. And anything to do with what God says. Yeah, I even though she read, international law and diplomacy. But when God told her to leave her work, because she was already in a very beautiful company. She was working for the French company and at a very good level. And when God told her to leave and venture into this area, who am I?
I know what you want to ask.
As she wowed with her performance on The Sons of Caliphate, she quickly gained another role where she played a South African lawyer, Lindiwe, in Private Lies the series. Thereafter, she featured in a movie Drawing Strength, where she played the ultimate unexpected antagonist, Ajuma.
Jazz is a very chill person, so it was very easy. And we played best friends. And funny enough, she was the friend that was the bad friend. Yes, exactly. She was the bad friend. And she played it very easily, very well too. So, but yes, it was very, very easy working with Jasmine.
There was no role she couldn't pull off, even as minute as a cameo that required no lines. She had viewers in hysterics from the iconic scene in blockbuster hit Merry Men. What's that saying? A true actor should be able to tell a story without words, and she did just that.
The thing is, I met Jasmine as a writer first before we worked together on the set, and what she did with the character was excellent, because I remember talking to the then director that this person, when she came for the audition and she got the role and she started acting, what she did with her accent and her hair, costume, and just the embodiment of the character just shows that she's that actor you can trust. And also because you don't want to be on set and you're saying A and the actor is getting B. So Jasmine gets it, and yeah. But then there's one other thing is reliability, because I feel like no matter how brilliant you are as an actor, if you're not a reliable person, nobody will want to work with you, nobody wants to. Jasmine is reliable. If call time is 7, just know that Jasmine is going to find her way at 7. She's that safety actor. She's not an actor you worry about. So it's like, oh, there are like 20 actors, and then Jasmine like, don't worry about Jasmine. Call the other ones, because you know that she's going to show up. Yeah, she's trustworthy. That's one thing that, that's my prayer as a director, because I want to have an actor I can trust with interpretations, with even, story and everything. Like, you work with Jasmine and then you give her a script. By the time you see the script again, you see markings of an actor who has studied her lines, done, and even the questions she asks you for character development. What do you think about this character? What's the backstory? You know that this is not just a cram line kind of actor. And yeah, I cannot wait to see her exploits.
Were you raised to be stupid?
Objection! Object one!
In the same year, 2018, she featured in Fourth Republic, where she played a zealous reporter out for the truth.
Hoping for the better days.
I met Jasmine on a set in 2018, and it was on the set of Fourth Republic. She came in as an actor, and of course, I was a makeup artist. But something just intrigued me with Jasmine. She has this endearing spirit that just draws you close. Before the end of that production, Jasmine and I just carried on like we had known each other for long. And after that, we met on another set. And the relationship just continued from there. So my assistant asked me a question. She was like, I don't know her, and you've never mentioned her to me. I said, sorry, even me, I don't know, but the way we connect, even me, I can't understand.
2018 was quite a year for her, as she immediately found her way to Lagos for a project which connected her to a number of other phenomenal actors in this journey. Now, this project wasn't one to write home about, but certainly led to a lifetime bond with those she met along the way. I met Jazz for the first time at an audition for a certain wonderful project. And then that's how we found ourselves in Lagos. And then that's how we became friends. And it's a project that I'm sure absolutely nobody wants to remember. But the good of meeting Jasmine came out of that entire disaster. So I see the hand of God in everything that He does in my life. That's how I met Jazz.
I met Jazz through Lulu Okonkwo. That was in 2020, yes.
I met Jazz in 2017 when I was still in Abuja before, that big move to Lagos to further my career. That time she was doing her stuff in Abuja, I was also doing my stuff there, just looking for opportunities and auditions every day. So we met at, there was this producer who was doing a series of skits, really short skits for his YouTube channel. And Jasmine happened to be one of the actors that were invited, and then we did something together, and ever since then, we would see from time to time till I moved to Lagos and she moved to Lagos, and the hustle continued and we became closer.
During this period, she also met her heartthrob Solomon Ekumah, who was a naval officer. The pair didn't waste time in falling in love. They got engaged in November 2021 and quickly tied the knot in 2022, April 2nd.
My name is Solomon Ekumah. My wife and I met on Instagram via a mutual friend of ours.
Thereafter, she returned to base in continuation of the pursuit of her career. Shortly after, she was casted in a theatrical play, The Trials of Brother Juro. She played a wild and troublesome village wife, and she did nothing short of deliver. Thereafter, she landed the role as Kachi in the series The Crib on January 2019. Her star-like qualities made it difficult not to notice her, as she never failed to stand out on any project she featured in. Some say to the extent that project titles were changed because she astounded with her deliveries.
The Crib, yeah, we worked together at The Crib. It was good. That was the third time we were working together. Jasmine and I, we met on the set of Dear Darling, my first rom-com, if I should put it that way, TV series. And it was fun. When I met her, it was just, who's this sweet girl on set? Who's the interesting girl who had a vibe, plenty energy, and she was a child of God. Well, she is a child of God. So yeah, on Crib it was sweet. It was the third time we did Sons of the Caliphate together as well. We were quite close with Sons of the Caliphate. But on Cribs, it was nice. We were a bit antagonistic there. I think I was chasing her. My character was chasing her. It was my character that was chasing her there. My character was chasing her in The Crib, and we had fun. It was good. She's a jolly, sweet person, lovable. She's totally amazing.
Shortly after this, a friend of hers, Lulu, informed her of an audition in Lagos and that she would be permanently moving there also. Jasmine was not going to miss this audition and quickly booked her flight with Lulu, with plans to subsequently return to Abuja. She joined Lulu in house hunting the same day they landed and luckily found a place they both loved. One thing led to another. Lagos quickly became her permanent residence with merely the luggage she came with for the week. Jasmine was determined to chase her dreams. She's never been the competitive type, as she's always gone by the notion, what's mine is mine, followed by utter support for others, even if they were going for the same role.
I met Jazz in 2019 at an audition, and it didn't even seem like we were fighting for the same, well, not fighting, but we were there for the same audition. She had the kindest and the nicest words, and she was like, oh, you're gonna get it, go girl, I believe in you. And I'm like, how is this even normal? But yeah, she had the sweetest words, and I got it. Jasmine is true. Jasmine is honest. And she's super positive. She always has the nicest things to say. She has the nicest words. She's just sweet. So yeah, that was it.
Jazz, I've known Jazz for quite a long time. She stayed in the same estate with me. That's in Kurudu. So her mom had a shop close to my mom's shop. So that's where we initially met. Then she became friends with my sister. Then I just became friends with her, just like that. So I found out, first thing, first time I met her, I wasn't like really like drawn to her, but she looked like an interesting person and everybody. And to be honest, in my estate, there were not a lot of young people. So seeing a young person at least, it was just like, okay, let me just try. And she turned out to be a really good friend. So yeah.
My favorite experience with Jasmine, or Foluke, it has to be when she was a judge on DOTO Africa. So I created this non-profit called DOTO Africa that creates challenges for amateur filmmakers who are looking to, be creative and just create stuff. So she was a judge on one of the seasons we had, and just the way that she was passionate about ensuring that everybody benefits from this challenge. The attention to detail. She came up with a theme, a very, not just enjoyable theme, a very well thought out theme, that would have so much impact on anybody that participates. And how she watched every single video that was submitted. We had a lot that season. But just that experience and her willingness to just give and give and give is special. It's special. And these people don't know her, and she doesn't know them. It's just out of the goodness of her own heart, and how she used that opportunity to try to uplift so many people who needed it. That's a very special memory for me. And for Luke, I know I've said this in the DMs, but just know that I'll never forget that experience with you, and I'll hold it very dear to my heart.
Not long after the COVID year hit, but this did not stop Jasmine from her creativity. The COVID year birthed a lot of opportunities from home, leading to online auditions and competitions, and Jasmine made sure to bag one for herself. A nationwide competition was put forth by a renowned actor Rita Dominic and production company Glaze Lens in cooperation with Heritage Bank. Submissions came trooping in across the nation, which were vetted by notable industry personnel, to which Jasmine was selected and pronounced the winner. She was awarded 1 million naira and a role in the production's next project for her performance and outstanding interpretation of character in the year of 2021, April. This was a great pick-me-up as she recently lost both grandfather and grandmother during the COVID period. In the year 2022, she was casted as Celeste in the daily soap opera, Tinsel. This is a production that has been successfully running for 15 years and has birthed an up-teen amount of superstars. Tinsel screens nationwide and internationally, both television and on online streaming platforms worldwide. Her character Celeste is a troubled actor who finds herself in a huge controversial uproar as a result of a certain risky role she took on board. I'm sure we all know at this stage that her performance will be something to write home about. Now we know a documentary doesn't nearly do justice for such an unprecedented phenomenon like Jasmine Howson-Wright Ekumah, but we can only try. So let's delve deeper into the lives of those she has impacted along the way.
So I definitely have one memory that's coming, and I have plenty, but I'll give one. So Jazz gave me, she created for my birthday, first of all, she got this gigantic card, and she reached out to everybody, the battalion all around the world. They all sent in messages, and she actually took the time to write everybody's message in that card, and the small print, just so that there's space. It was beyond me. I had to laugh at first because I'm like, what manner of girl is this? But the main one was that she did a woodwork, and the woodwork, there was an engraving on the woodwork, and it was my grandparents. So she had my grandparents engraved on the woodwork, a picture of them, and also sayings that they tell me that is dear to me as well. So, you know, my grandmother passed away in 2018. She was like a mother to me. And she's one of the biggest reasons why I'm even still in Nigeria and in the film industry pushing it, else I might have given up a long time ago, aside from God. So Jazz did that woodwork and then wrote what I told her that my grandmother said to me that kept me here. And she basically told me that, darling, you will make it and the world will hear of you. And basically she summed it up to, darling, you'll make it. And then my grandfather, she knows the names that he calls me, so that's what she put there: my salad, my cucumber, my lettuce, my spring onions. And then there's an Igbo saying of basically, let it pain them. So she wrote it there, and I take it anywhere I go. Like, if I'm traveling, whatever, that thing is going with me. So yes, that's a fond memory that I have with Jazz, and a very sentimental one at that. Thank you, Jesus.
There are many, but I have my top two. The first one would be her being in the labor room with me. And then the second one would be the birthday gift she gave me 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah. She framed a picture of me and my mom, and then she wrote a very beautiful message in the frame. And I had lost my mom, I think 2 years prior or so. So it's very, very special to me, and I have it in my room, and I will always have it. I will always remember, because it made me cry. And then, of course, I was in labor, and she was there. So I would never forget that as well, and you too. But yeah, she was in labor with me. That's like the most. There's a saying, there's this thing that I came across recently that's very true, is a woman would never forget how you treat her when she's pregnant and postpartum. So I would never forget everything that I went through when I was pregnant and, labor and all of that. And labor was long. You were there. Labor was long, and she was there. And she was going through something too. She just got married. Yeah, she just got married too. Yes, she left her honeymoon to be there. And so, yes, I would never forget. And even her husband was there too. So, yeah. And the hospital told us no more than 2 people could come in, but everybody came. You guys even slept over. But yes, I have videos. And yes, I will never forget. That was very, very, that was very, very special. And I will always remember.
Yeah, this gift, I got it on my 29th birthday. It was one of the best gifts I've ever gotten from anybody outside one particular person, She captured moments we shared together, special moments we shared together, moments of her traditional wedding, moments of, moments of her mom's birthday. She puts those moments together, which I honestly already forgot about. And Jasmine is usually very good with words. And the way she described me and everything I've been to her that I didn't even know, I was just unconsciously, she puts them in the picture she sent to me, and it's made me cry. It's made me shed tears, because I didn't know I was this great to Jasmine. I didn't know I was more than a brother to Jasmine. I didn't know the part I played in her life or in the life of her mom. I always saw it like, she was always the one playing this part in my life. She was always the one making me a better man. I didn't know I was unconsciously being a big brother and a kid brother also to her. So it made me feel great, and I really loved it. I cried, but I didn't shed the tears out, but I cried in words, and I was... Jasmine is a wonderful person,
Sentimental gift. I can't really say any specific one. She's done a lot of things for me. There was one time when I felt really down with my business, career and everything, and Jasmine would call me to encourage me. There were times when I just felt like, you know what, I'm not doing it again, I'm tired. Let me just let me just abandon it and leave it and everything. And Jazz would just be like, no, 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 you shouldn't just abandon your career. She kept encouraging me. Every time I would say, oh, I'm not going for an audition, Jazz would be like, step out of the house right now. She literally pulls me out of the house to go for the audition, even if some of them didn't work out the way I wanted, but she kept giving me that encouragement, you get. So that's one of the major things that she's done for me that I would see as sentimental, you get.
When I was still working, I was going through a phase then, which I had not discussed with anybody because I don't know whether I was trying to internalize the problems I was having. And I got home one day, I think it had literally gotten me up to here. And I came into the house and I started acting like my normal self. Like, I literally just cried in the cab and I entered the house and a normal person wouldn't have noticed. But as soon as I got into the house and she asked me, like every other person was like, what's up, normal Ojima. But she called me to the room and she asked, is everything okay? Like nobody had asked me that like all day, literally. And I hardly cry. Like people that know me, I hardly cry, but I literally broke down. That was the first time I broke down in front of somebody that was not like my family member, literally. And that's when I knew that she actually noticed, like it actually touched me. I don't think she knows how much that meant to me, that she noticed that all the facade that I was putting up, I was just putting up a show, literally, but she could literally see that, okay, this girl was going through something. And she gave me some words that day that actually held me up for like most of what I was going through. So I really appreciate that.
There are many, but two stand out. One of it, at the time, I wasn't so close to her. I had just met her through Ojima, and she posted something on JW's page when it just opened, and it was a stallion, a gold-plated, crystal-studded stallion. It was a keychain, and I just said, "Ooh, I love it." And at the time, I was about to go abroad to school, and I don't know why she did that, but Jasmine, she wasn't even in Abuja at the time, but she made sure I got that keychain rather. I didn't pay for it, that I remember. And then she sent me this personalized note that I still have hung in my room till today, and that was in 2018. And it said, "Nugi girl, I hope this makes you feel as special and as loved as you are." And I look at that note every time, especially when I have exam, because medical exam makes you think that God doesn't love you. So I look at that note every time I feel sad, down, or unloved. And even if nobody loves me, I'm sure Jasmine loves me, and it just makes me feel happy.
There are a lot of sentimental things, but most important among all of them is the fact that she has drawn me closer to God and has made me be more deliberate in following Him.
Man, there are so many amazing things about Jasmine. She's an incredible human being. She has such a big heart. I would say that's my favorite thing. She has such a big heart. She's very kind. When you're feeling down, there are few people that you could call upon to make you feel better, to brighten up your day, and Jasmine has to be one of those people. You know, she's very, very inspiring and inspirational with the way her outlook on life and how she impacts that upon you. So it's very impactful, and I really appreciate Jazz. I appreciate you for that.
Oh, Jazz is extremely positive. She's a very positive individual, high-spirited all the time, no matter the situation or what is happening around her.
Well, my favorite thing about Jasmine is she's very compassionate. That her compassion is just overwhelming. It's just, whenever you're around her, there's a spirit she has. There's just something about being in the same space. And it oozes of a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding of that compassion again. So it's her compassion. She's a great human being. Very great human being. She reminds me of, if Jesus were a chick, yeah, I think that gives me a similarity of what that would be like if Jesus were Wear a check, yeah.
She's always positive, Jasmine. She's always positive. I think if Silver Lining was a person, it would be Jasmine. She's always looking for the silver lining in every situation. I mean, acting is not the easiest or the most straightforward journey, but to see somebody always have a positive outlook on it and translate that to how she sees other people is always very interesting and comforting to be around.
Intentional.
The first word that comes to mind is emotional. But she's many other things. She's amazing. She's fantastic. She's kind, gentle, loving.
Describe Jazz with one word. Simple. She's a very simple person. Jasmine's a very simple person. She doesn't, even the things that should really get, things that would get a normal person like me in a situation of never in my life will I ever again. You'll not see it with Jazz at all. Her heart, it took me a while to understand her because sometimes I just felt like, is it that you're a walkover? Is it that you let people walk over? Is it this one? Is it that one? But I came to realize that she just wants the best for people, and she just has it. She's so simple that it can cause fights. that's how I can put it. But her heart is very simple, and it opened my eyes to a lot of vices that I have in myself, and in terms of reflecting God, because when you really get to know her, you realize that she reflects a lot of what she believes. That she's not a preacher, she's a lifestyle. So it's her lifestyle, and if you're saying something, you have to be about it. So God has really worked on me. So I'm no longer in the boski. I'm just in there. I'm getting there. But yes, that's it.
And if I were to describe her in one word, it would have to be passionate. That woman is special. Anything she's doing, anything she wants to do, anything she cares about, she will passionately make it happen.
If I will describe my wife Jasmine in one word, that word is going to be righteous. Because Jasmine is someone who wants to live right, do right, and just be right in God's way. Yeah.
I love that she's very caring. When she cares for you, she cares for you. She's very intentional about you. She doesn't just take you as a regular person. When she wants to look out for you, she gives her all. When I say her all, I mean everything possible that she can give, she would give it all. So she's very caring, and I love that about her so much.
What stands out for me with Jasmine is that she's a very kind soul. She's always out there. She's ready to help anyone. She's just simply kind, and kind is the word for me.
2021, when I was having a hard time, handling my business because I sell perfumes, and I entered her DM and I went to meet her. I was like, oh, this is what I'm going through. I don't know. She's into the same, entrepreneurish stuff. So, she called me, took her time to call me, explain things to me, tell me how to go about it, that I shouldn't give up, that we face things like this in business and definitely we'll bounce back. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Jazz, I have a number of words that I have to use because I tend to pick on her a lot and it's a very commendable trait that she has. I won't say gullible in a bad way, but she tends to believe a lot of things. I'm very sarcastic, so she tends to believe me very easily. So I'll just be like, she's a very trustworthy person. So even though she doesn't need to trust me every time that I'm like playing jokes on her, so she's a very trustworthy person, and she's very, I was actually say intense. Yeah, she puts her all in everything that she does. So yeah, that's what I would say, trustworthy, and I would say very heart on her sleeve, per se. Yeah, that's how I would say.
I would say love as well, because Jasmine loves to throw love around. Hi, love. Hey, oh, I'm baby. She likes baby. Hi, baby. Hey, baby. But I don't know, maybe it's just reserved for me. But, well, love and baby.
My wife's favorite words are really though.
Jasmine's favorite word is deliberate. That's why her name on my phone is saved as Deliberate Oracle. Because if Jasmine should blink now, she will see vision. Every time she's seen things. And true, it happens. Like it actually comes to pass. That's why I now give her the name Oracle. And then the name Deliberate, because every time, you have to be deliberate. You have to be deliberate. So her name is Deliberate Oracle. That's it.
To be honest, I can't remember, but I know it definitely should have something to do with God in it, because I know that's one interesting topic you keep talking about all the time.
Hi Jasmine, I'm wishing you a very happy birthday. I'm wishing you God's blessings and from Nollywood to Hollywood.
Happy birthday, Foluke. And I wish you nothing but God's blessings for the rest of your life. Not just this new age that you're about to embark on.
Jazz, my message is in the other message. Thank you. But I decree you all the best. You already know that I love you. You already know that I wish you all the best. You already know that what God has planned for you, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man. What your Father has planned for you, who has loved him dearly. I'm gonna bye-bye. That's all.
I just want to wish you the best of life and love and everything as you step into the 3rd floor. Happy 30th birthday. You're an amazing person. The world needs 30 billion more of you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jasmine. I wish you long life, prosperity. I wish you God's blessings and unending favor. Happy birthday.
Jazzy Jazz, my sister, I love you so much. I'm wishing you a very happy birthday. Happy 30th birthday. It's a new year. And this is going to be your best year yet. Love you.
Hi Flower. Hi Fululu. Happy birthday. I wish you the very best. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I've watched how you've grown, like literally. I've watched how you've grown into be an amazing, beautiful, and God-fearing woman. And I just wish you the very best. I pray that God blesses you, God keeps you. I pray that this birthday will just be the starting point of how far God is going to take you. This is just the tip. Like, you're literally just seeing the tip. You're going to reach far ahead. I love you. You know I already love you. I love you so much.
Jasmine, I wish you the best out of life. I wish you the best in your career. I wish you the best in your home. I wish you the best in everything that you set out to achieve. And I pray for God to give you good health, long life, just as He blessed Abraham and his likes. He should just pour all the blessings upon you. And beautiful, beautiful children. Beautiful as you and your friend, you know.
Bad girl Jazz Wagwan is your favorite boy, Brian Bombastic, and we wish you a very happy birthday. God bless and guide every day of your life. Big up yourself, girl. Maximum. Boom!
Hi, Jasmine. Happy birthday. You're 30. I sort of dread that year, but for you, it's going to be amazing. Amazing can't even begin to cover what is in store for you. God is constantly going to show up with you, show off with you, and show up for you. And I wish you an amazing 3rd floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, 10th floor. Yes, you're going to be 100. I said so. Happy birthday, my darling.
Happy 30th birthday, Bambi. I wish you the very best of the best. My heart is full. I can't point out things that I wish you, but you know. You and I know, and Just watch out. It's a beautiful year of reward.
Jasmine, you know my heart. You know how I feel about you. You are a godsend to me. I couldn't be blessed more. Having you is a whole universe to me. You give me joy because you don't fake anything about you. That you love God, not because you are preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ on the street, but you live it in your character, you show it to people around you. You live Christ, you live nature of Christ without going to theology school. You impact people with the character, the nature that oozes out from you, gives me joy. I never have any difficulty raising you. No man had to knock on my door chasing for Jasmine. You were always where you are, minding your business and being a good child. I've always said it, that I've never had any problem raising you. And up till now, you are still listening to God and doing your will, the will of God, and affecting me with joy and affecting everyone around you with joy. Wherever you go, you leave a blessing. That's what makes me happy about you. And I know that I'm going to raise beautiful grandchildren, knowing who you are, and that you keep the peace going and make the world a better place wherever God is going to lead you. Thank you for being a wonderful daughter to me. Thank you for giving me joy. And thank you for always being Foluke, Jasmine. I give God the glory for giving you to me.
It's safe to say that Jasmine is a once-in-a-lifetime prodigy, and we wish her all the best in all her endeavors.